Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Talking. It's Linda here, and I'm so happy to be back with you. Jay, how are you today? You look unusually awake. Did you drink 3 cups of coffee?
Only 2, okay? I'm trying to cut down. Yesterday I had 4, and I started hearing colors.
Hearing colors? Wow, that's powerful coffee. Maybe we should make a podcast about the dangers of drinking too much coffee.
No, let's not ruin my only happiness in life. Anyway, how are you? You seem excited today.
I am. The weather is perfect, my breakfast didn't burn for once, and the Grab rider didn't get lost. Honestly, that feels like winning the lottery.
True. When the delivery arrives on time, life just feels more meaningful.
Speaking of meaningful, nice transition, right? Today's topic is a deep one. It's about the reason you started to get to where you are today.
Yeah, basically, we're talking about that first step in your journey, the spark, the moment something changed inside you.
The reason you started anything important in your life, your career, your passion, your dream, your transformation.
Or the reason you started going to the gym because your friend said, "Bro, you breathe like an old fax machine when you walk upstairs."
That's surprisingly specific. Is that a true story?
Let's just say I have honest friends. Brutally honest.
Well, honesty is good. It can be the spark that pushes you forward. So, Jay, let's warm up with this question. What is one thing you're doing today that required a strong reason to start?
Podcasting, for sure. I never planned this. I used to be terrified of microphones. Anytime I saw one, I felt like it wanted to attack me.
Attack you? Jay, it's a microphone, not a bear.
Same energy. Anyway, the reason I started was simple. I wanted to improve my communication skills. I realized I couldn't keep running away from conversations forever.
That's a strong reason. For me, it was learning languages. I wanted to communicate with people from different places, understand their stories, and connect through conversations.
And here we are today doing exactly that.
And improving English together with everyone listening.
Exactly. So let's dive deeper. When we talk about the reason you started, we often talk about a moment, a story, a memory that shaped our lives. Jay, do you have a moment like that?
Absolutely. I remember this one day in college. We had to do a group presentation. I was supposed to speak for like 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. But when I stood up, I froze. My mind was completely blank. I looked at the audience like a confused puppy.
A very relatable experience. So after that embarrassing moment, I promised myself I would never let fear control me again. That was the reason. Not a big inspirational movie moment, just a simple embarrassment that changed everything.
Sometimes the smallest moments change us the most. For me, it was a teacher I met when I was 13. She asked me, "What do you really want to do?" And no one had ever asked me that before. It made me think deeply about my goals.
What did you answer?
I said, "I want to talk a lot." And she said, "Then go talk to the world." That became the seed for everything I'm doing today.
And look at you now, talking to the world every day.
I know, right? Dreams do come true, even chatty dreams. But let's talk about the audience for a moment. Everyone listening right now has a reason they started something, a job, a habit, a relationship, a journey.
Exactly. So while listening to our conversation today, think about your own reason. What pushed you forward for the first time?
But first, let's explore how reasons change over time, because the reason you start something may not be the reason you continue.
That is so true. For example, people often start learning English because they have to for school or work, but then later they discover they enjoy it, or it gives them confidence, or they meet new friends.
Or they watch English memes and suddenly everything makes sense.
Memes are the ultimate teacher.
So, Linda, has your reason ever changed?
Definitely. At first, I learned English because I wanted good grades. Later, I realized English opened doors like traveling, making international friends, watching movies without subtitles.
And now I'm passionate about teaching it in fun ways.
That's a big transformation. For me, I started podcasting to fix my fear of speaking. But now, I do it because I love connecting with people.
So let's break this down. There are usually 3 stages:
The spark
the struggle.
and the growth.
The spark is the beginning, the reason you started.
The struggle is the messy middle where you question everything.
And the growth is where you finally understand why that journey mattered.
So let's go through these stages one by one with stories. Let's talk about the spark first.
So, the spark. Tell us another story, something that changed your direction.
Here's one. When I was younger, I wanted to be a designer. I practiced drawing all the time. But one day, someone older than me said, "You're wasting your time. You'll never be good enough." And instead of stopping, I suddenly became more determined.
That's the funny thing. People think discouragement stops us, but often it's the fuel that pushes us forward.
Exactly. I started practicing more, learning techniques, studying design books. That negative comment became my spark.
And that happens to many people. Sometimes the reason you start is because someone doesn't believe in you.
That's a powerful motivator. Revenge inspiration.
Revenge-spiration. We're inventing new vocabulary on this podcast.
English is flexible.
But let's move to the second stage, the struggle. This is where most people give up.
Yes. When you start something new, it's exciting, but then reality hits. It's hard, it's confusing, and progress feels slow.
Do you remember a time when you almost quit something?
Absolutely. When I started working on my first big project as a designer, everything went wrong. The client didn't like my work, my software kept crashing, and I doubted myself every day.
But you didn't quit.
I didn't, because I remembered my spark. I remembered why I started.
That's the key. Whenever you feel lost, go back to your reason. It's like a compass.
What about you? Any moment you struggled and almost quit?
When I was learning to speak confidently, I used to record myself, and every time I listened, I hated my voice. I sounded awkward, nervous, too fast, too slow. Everything felt wrong.
Funny how we judge ourselves so harshly.
Yes, but I kept going because I wanted to connect with people. That was my reason, and it kept me moving.
And now you speak beautifully.
Thank you, Jay. But it took time and patience and about 300 deleted recordings.
We don't talk about those.
No, we don't.
So the struggle is where the journey really tests you. It asks, do you still want this?
And if you keep going, you reach the third stage, growth.
Growth is when things start making sense. You realize you're becoming better, more confident, more skilled.
It's when you look back and think, wow, I've come so far.
And sometimes you're surprised. You didn't realize you were improving until one day you see the difference clearly.
That is the beauty of growth. It's quiet but powerful.
So let's ask our audience, what stage are you in? The spark, the struggle, or the growth?
Wherever you are, remember this. Your reason matters.
And it's never too late to start something new.
Or restart something old.
Or change direction completely.
Life is flexible, just like English.
So, Linda, before we continue deeper, let me ask you a personal question.
Oh no, should I be scared?
Maybe. What's one reason you started becoming the person you are today?
Wow, that is deep. But okay. I think it started when I realized I wanted to make people feel understood. I wanted people to feel seen, heard, and supported.
And you do that really well.
Thank you, Jay. What about you?
Mine was loneliness. I didn't want to feel alone in my thoughts anymore. I wanted connection.
That's honest and beautiful. and probably something many listeners can relate to.
Exactly. Everyone has a story.
Speaking of stories, let's spend some time sharing stories from listeners, imagined scenarios that reflect real life.
You know, the more we talk about it, the more I realize something. Most people underestimate small beginnings. They think they need a huge reason, a dramatic moment, a life-changing event. But sometimes it's something tiny, one sentence, one person, one experience that quietly redirects your entire path.
Exactly. People imagine their start has to look like a movie scene, epic music, dramatic lighting, big revelation. But real life is softer. Sometimes your beginning is just an uncomfortable feeling, a little voice in your head saying, I want something different.
Or sometimes it's the opposite, a moment of joy, something that makes you think, I want more of this.
Yes, like the first time you successfully say a full sentence in English without hesitating, or the first time someone compliments your improvement, or the first time a dream feels possible instead of impossible.
Those little sparks matter. They stack up one after another, and suddenly you look back and realize you've climbed a mountain.
And you didn't even notice the steps. It just happened slowly, consistently, quietly.
So if you're listening right now, remember, your reason doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to impress anyone. It just has to move you.
And you don't need to know the entire path. You just need to know why you're taking the first step.
And keep reminding yourself of that reason whenever things get hard.
Jay, before we wrap up, let's each give one final message to our listeners.
Sure. My message is this. Don't wait for motivation to magically appear. Create it. Start with whatever reason you have, even if it's tiny, even if it's messy. Action creates direction.
Beautiful. My message is be patient with yourself. Growth takes time. Your reason is your anchor. Hold on to it, trust it, and let it guide you forward. You're becoming someone amazing, even if you don't see it yet.
Wow, that was inspiring. You almost made me emotional.
Almost. I'll try harder next time.
Please don't. I'm not ready for tears on camera.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We hope this episode helped you reflect on your own journey and your own beginnings.
And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little spark today.
This is Daily English Talking,
I'm Jay.
and I'm Linda, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.